Hey, Bible Activities for Kids family. I want to welcome you to episode number 18 of our Bible in a Year series. And today our Bible verse comes from Judges 7, verse 3. I'll give you some time to find the Bible verse. All right, I think you would have found it by now. And Judges 7 verse 3 says, "Now therefore proclaim in the hearing of the people, saying, Whoever is fearful and afraid, let him turn and depart at once from Mount Gilead. And 22,000 of the people returned, and 10,000 remained." Now in our story today, boys and girls, the people of God had to fight against a group of people known as the Midianites. And the people of God, they had made for themselves an army of about 32,000 people. But God said, no, it's too big. Your army is too big. It's gonna be too dangerous because the people might think that it's because of what they did why they win the battle. And so God said to them, "Whoever is fearful and afraid, let him turn and depart at once." And so that's what Gideon said to the people at the Lord's command. Now, boys and girls, I know you know this answer. How many people left? That's right, it was in our Bible verse. It said, "And 22,000 of the people returned, and 10,000 remained." Wow, that's a lot of people that left. And then the Lord said to Gideon, "There's still too many people." Can you imagine that, boys and girls? God was saying that 10,000 was still too many people to fight the battle. And so they went to a nearby stream, and God said, "All those who go down on their knees to drink the water are to be sent home. Only those that go to the water and they use their hands and lap it up like a dog, those are the ones who should remain." Now, boys and girls, can you think how many people remained? Okay, that's your answer. Okay, all right. What do you think? Okay, good try. But you know what the Bible says? Only 300 remained. Wow, 300? That's a lot of people that left. And you know, Gideon was worried. 300 people are going to fight this battle? But God said to him, "You don't worry. By 300 people, I am going to save you." And so it was that the Lord told Gideon that he should give each man a trumpet, a torch, and an empty pitcher. At the right time, the torch would be lighted and hidden inside the pitcher. Now, when it was dark, Gideon placed the men in 3 companies around the camp of the Midianites. Then in the middle of the night, there was a signal given, and each man broke his pitcher, and this revealed the flaming torch. And then they blew their trumpets, and they shouted at the top of their voices, "The sword of the Lord and of Gideon!" And the Midianites, who were asleep, they awoke. And when they saw the torches and they heard the loud shouts around them, they thought that the Israelites were attacking them from all sides. And so they were confused. And so they started to fight each other and to kill each other. And you know what? Israel won the battle. Now, boys and girls, this story tells us that God does not need a lot of people to do great things. He can do great things with a small number of people. And that also means that God does not need you to be like the most important person in the world to use you. God can use a small boy or girl just like you. There is an important job that God has for you. Yes, you who are listening. God has something that he wants you to do for him. And you don't have to be afraid, because if God says that you should do something, God will help you. God will give you the strength. And that's what our story shows us today, right? It's not the number, it's about God's power. And so, boys and girls, today I don't want you to be afraid to do the work of the Lord. Whatever God has put on your heart and says, I want you, little one, to do this for me. Maybe it's to sing a song. Maybe it's to say a prayer. Maybe it's to help a friend. Whatever it is, don't be afraid, because God will be with you. I want to thank you for joining us today. And guess what? We'll see you in our next episode.